card for tonight. It's one of those nights where you've been all my life. You smell so good and you're dressed up nice. You know I'm so hooked. You got me shook, baby. You drive me crazy. You want me to chase you in the fast lane so I can get next to you. Through stormy weather and rain, you remain in my brain. To be with you, I'll do anything. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'll do anything. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'll do anything for you. 'Cause I'm in love with you. I'll do anything. I'm risky when I'm with you. Love taking chances with you in every night and day. You're making me happy. So happy, it's satisfying.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot. I hope you all out there are having a wonderful weekend so far at the beginning here, and just hope everything is going fine for you. Like to welcome our guest today. We have a wonderful guest. His name is Melvin Franklin Jr. And we're excited about having him on the show today. And we're going to be talking about him and talking about a lot of things, his history and especially his history with his late father. We want to talk to him about that. But Melvin, welcome to the show, man. Excited about having you.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank Mr. Andre Pittman for connecting us. Just really appreciate that,
Absolutely.
Andre.
Shout out to Mr. Andre.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, sir, just trying to get with it. I want to talk with you a little bit about your history, your beginnings, and everything. So, I know your connection to your dad. I looked over some things and read some stuff, and wow, it's just amazing that after all these years, him, being the bass guy for the group Temptations over the years, and then now these days, I understand that you've taken a role somewhat of filling in them shoes. I mean, with your voice, because your voice, my goodness, just listening to you talk, man, it's just like, oh yeah, he's definitely got that.
I'm making a valiant attempt. But I
Wow.
could never hope to fully fill that man's shoes, but I'm trying.
Yeah. Wow. Well, how long have you been doing that fill-in position there?
Well,
Wow.
I've dabbled for quite a while. I've dabbled probably since maybe like 2010 ish. But I have been fortunate enough to have the privilege of stepping into the role semi-officially for about a couple of years now.
Okay. Wow. And the group now, how is it announced? Is it like the Temptations Review?
It is Glenn Leonard's
Glenn Leonard.
Temptations Review.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And so for those who do not know, because for some strange reason, I'm really not sure why, when it comes to the pantheon of tenors that have graced the group of the Temptations, Glenn seems to get looked over. And I really don't understand it, because it is his voice that we hear on the most iconic Christmas song ever recorded that plays every single year. That's his tenor. And for some reason, again, Glenn just does not get the credit or recognition that I personally feel that he deserves, independently of me being a part of his group. Just, again, his contribution to the Temptations legacy is undenied.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But to answer your question, it is Glenn Leonard's Temptations review. So he, being the former tenor for 8-9 years, he took it upon himself. He first retired from the group to pursue ministry.
Okay.
And he was a traveling evangelist for quite a while.
Okay.
And once the bug starts getting back in your veins again,
Right.
he picked back up the mic and stepped back up on the stage with his own iteration of the Temptations review. And that's what I'm fortunate enough to be a part of. Interestingly enough, the way that this whole circumstance came about, it was really a full circle moment, because when Glenn was first recruited into the Temptations himself, it was my father that took him under his wing and taught him everything that he needed to know to get him up to speed to be able to do I believe it was the midnight special that they had coming up. And so Glenn moved in with my father, and they trained 12, 14 hours a day to get him up to speed. And now you fast forward 50 years later, and now he's my mentor.
Wow.
And he's showing me the ropes. And so I just love that little anecdote, because for me, it's proof, if there wasn't enough proof already for those who choose to doubt, but that's proof to me that God is real.
Yeah, man.
Right. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Vaughn, I know you got a lot to say.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, and that I'm percentage wise, I'm more wrong than I am right, but
We all are. We all are.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was Glenn the first to replace Eddie after he left?
He was not, but
He was not,
that's
okay.
where Damon was the first to replace
Damon
him.
was the first. Okay.
And Damon sounded the most like Eddie, which is why he gets most of that, besides obviously Mr. Ron Tyson.
Right.
But he gets the most props when it comes to Eddie's replacements, because he sounded the most like him. It was sort of a seamless transition where Glenn brought his own style of falsetto to that, and so he replaced Damon.
I got you. Okay. But then again, like you said, you got to give Glenn his props as well. He was just as stylish and, kind of fell into that mold.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
he was designed to be a Temptation.
Right.
Absolutely. Like if God was in the lab and put together the DNA specifically for Temptation,
There you go.
it came up to Glenn.
Right.
That's so cool.
Interestingly enough, Damon was only there for maybe 3 or 4 years, and Glenn was there for almost a decade.
Wow.
But again, Damon's the name is publicized more. So again, no shade on Damon at all. If that's if that's how I'm being construed, let me clear that up now and apologize. That's
because each of them deserves
absolutely
all the accolades.
Every single one
that they put in, that work they put in. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I just happen to be a bit biased. That's all.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, Melvin, what has your journey been like? As being, a member of the Temptations, and yet still being in that vein of the work that your dad left, for the Temptations, because that was a legendary group, and there's a lot of weight that goes along with that.
Yeah.
So, what was your journey like in getting in that vein and getting in a group and has it been a heavy burden to take on, or are you just absorbing what you can as you go?
So the answer would be yes. I am absorbing as much as I am able to absorb, but as the saying goes, heavy is the head that wears the crown,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It- Taking on such an iconic moniker is definitely not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. I understand, or am understanding, I should say, because it's a continual process. I am understanding the full weight that comes with that, the level of responsibility, accountability, integrity that goes along with carrying that name. So it's a daily learning. How can I best put this? Every single day, I discover something new that I did not know before, not just in reference to who my father was as a man and a musician, but as to what it means to carry this legacy.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, sitting here with you gentlemen,
Right. Right.
right? Every single day,
Right.
I'm reminded of the impact that this man had globally, and it's humbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would definitely find it to be humbling to be able to fall into those shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a radio programmer myself. I have a radio show, and I program a radio station as well. And you know, I've kind of fell into the mode that the music of that time period is so important for us to go back to. I think that especially during those compositions that came along during the Norman Whitfield era at Motown, and
Psychedelic era.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the
Right.
confusion has been like regular.
That could have came out last week, right? You wouldn't even know the difference.
So,
Right.
I've been programming a lot of the old protest music, and I'm having it's a joy just hearing it again, and it's so timely, and it's always valuable to be that culture that was created during that time period. And so it's all a part of our lives, and I think it would be real cool if we all reintroduced that music back into what that meant to all of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I
so
concur.
I'm always listening to your dad with his iconic voice singing in the background, Ball of Confusion, and it's quite it kind of gives you goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
it's awesome. It is really awesome. Have you during you guys when you perform, do you add a lot of that? Do you still sing a lot of that classic R&B back in the day?
Well, yeah, no, we cover all the hits.
Good
Cover
deal,
all the
good
hits.
deal. Yeah,
Definitely, Ball of Confusion is one of them. I mean, because you have to do.
you gotta have that in your
Band
repertoire.
on,
Yeah,
You have
Yeah.
to do it right. So you have to
Yeah.
do the band played on. You have to do, Psychedelic Shack. You have to do Cloud Nine, which
Cloud
was
Nine.
what a lot of people say. Well, they give the Temptations their props, and rightfully so, but it gets glossed over that was Motown's first Grammy
Mm.
for Cloud Nine. Like, so that
Right.
really established the entire label as no longer just niche, right? They are now a mainstream powerhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
that was
Right.
due to the Temptations. So, but yeah, all of the psychedelic era hits. Of course, the national anthem, "My Girl," right? Yeah,
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Gotta do
Yeah.
My Girl. I am privileged to sing Old Man River, and we are reintegrating I Truly, Truly Believe into the show as well. We had it momentarily, but we had to remove it due to time constraints.
Mm.
But we are reintegrating that into the show, as well as a few other things that I'm not at liberty to discuss because it's above my pay grade. But but more songs to prominently feature my father.
Great, great. That's
So, but
awesome.
yes, that's the long-winded answer to your question. Yes, we do perform all
Good
of
deal.
those songs.
Yeah, very cool. And so, so going back, I guess when you were very young, what was what was your connection with your father as far as that goes? That you coming up as far as that goes? I mean, because I know it probably was tough, especially back in the days, because them guys were always on the road, wasn't they? Pretty much during them days. But I'm sure you probably heard all the songs, so you probably knew a lot of these songs, some and somewhat at a younger age, I guess, coming up. So you probably was really familiar with a lot of the songs. So was it easy to learn a lot of this stuff, going on the road to do these songs? Because I know there's a lot of songs out there.
Well, it's
Man,
it's learning the words is one thing.
yeah.
Knowing the words to a song is anybody can learn the word. You can get on Google now, or now Chat GPT. You don't even have to Google anything anymore, right?
Yeah.
You get everything word for word. So learning the words is one thing, but learning the music, learning how to deliver the harmony, knowing how to blend with the other gentlemen, learning breathing techniques, learning
Yeah.
like all of the little nuances that go along with performing the songs. These are the things that require the most work. So as far as knowing the songs, that's the simple part. But getting up to task to give the people a righteous performance, I'm still working on that. I don't know that I will ever truly master it, but I strive daily to do just that.
And not to mention, shoot, you guys probably have to concentrate on those steps too, huh?
Absolutely, which is higher. Oh goodness, I can't even, because I started this journey with 3 left feet. Okay, and to
Oh
know
boy.
that my father was considered, one of the best, one of the better dancers, him and Paul, obviously,
Yeah.
Paul being the man, but
Right.
him being up there with such energy and exuberance, that's a tough act to follow, right?
Yeah.
And so it's enough just to not trip over my own feet and then to not be up there extra stiff like Frankenstein. It's like you have to integrate all of these things while still focusing on the music and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not easy, but
Right.
I've been fortunate enough to, to I don't want to say get by, but I know just personally through my own work, I know that there's still a lot of room for improvement. And so I'm just, every day just trying to get a little bit better.
Very nice. Very nice. So before all of this, what kind of music background did you have coming into this? Because I know you probably, yeah. What was your?
In hip hop,
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Tell us a little bit
knee
about that. Yeah.
I've been rapping since I was 9 years old.
Mm.
And
Nice.
I entered into the battle circuit around 13, and I was, and I'm not advocating this, okay, but I was ditching high school as a freshman to go up to the local colleges to battle the college kids,
Wow.
and I did pretty well for myself, right?
Wow.
Then as I grew in my artistry, I began to share stages with some pretty legendary artists, from like Wu-Tang and Bone Thugs and DJ Khaled and Ace Hood, just a bunch of different Exhibit, King T. I've been blessed to share stages and studios with some pretty prominent artists. But that being said, God has a plan,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
his plan was not my plan. But I'm very glad that his plan took over my plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When when you were in that realm, did anyone actually focus, say, wait a minute, aren't you?
No, it never,
nobody really picked up on that at all. Wow.
unless somebody snitched on me.
I got you.
Then the connection would be made. Like, wait a minute, you know what? Now that I think about it, I always knew something. I always knew there was something different about you.
Yeah.
You look and sound just like all this old stuff. So, but no, I pretty much kept that under wraps.
Right.
I wanted to establish my own name.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Independently of his shadow. And so because of that, there are people who have known me since I was in middle school that are like, I literally, this is crazy. So I literally had a friend that I've known since like the 6th or 7th grade just come to visit me last night. And so we just moved to a new location and everything. He wanted to come by and see the house. And he stopped by. And as we were talking, he asked me, he says, did you always know that Melvin was your father? I was like, yeah. So, man, why we didn't know about all that? I didn't think it mattered. But yeah, so it has been, like I said, there are people who have known me 20, 30 years and never knew, the legacy that I carried because I didn't put it out there if I didn't feel that the information was relevant. But for those who did find out, immediately attitudes would shift. And while that may seem cool as a youth, as you get older, you start to understand what ulterior motives are. And of course you're not really able to grasp that concept as a kid. So, when somebody finds out that he's my father and they're like, okay, I'll give you $10 to say Merry Christmas from the Temptations. Okay, sure, right?
Yeah.
Right? How many times you want me to say it, right? And word would spread amongst the adults, and I would start to receive preferential treatment from the adults, which would then have my peers looking at me funny. Right. And so like I was observant enough at a young age to recognize that part of it. And that just kind of made me keep everything inside. Right. So I grew up the vast majority of my life not being Melvin Jr.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's always important, and I would garner the whole thought process that you would want to do it on on your terms. That's how, I can understand that. Building your own legacy. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But what, because again, all things work together. It was really just a training ground because while I am relatively new in this particular arena, I am a seasoned performer, right?
Mhm.
And
You are.
so and I'm a seasoned recording artist, and so because of this, that makes that transition much smoother than it otherwise could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Shoot. So, you guys? How often do you guys tour? Go out and perform.
Well, we have a show coming up in a week and a half here, 2 weeks. Today's Saturday. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday after next will be in Iowa,
Okay.
as a matter of fact. So if anybody's around Iowa,
Mm-hmm.
come check us out. I'll be posting the flyer here on the socials here at the beginning of the week. We have well, independently of the group, my sister, my niece, and I are attempting to raise funds to get a mural of my father painted down in Mobile, Alabama, which is where he's originally from.
Oh, cool.
And we are doing a live stream on Monday to continue to raise awareness and help to raise funds for that mural.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to get past that before I start marketing the show.
Yeah.
I want to kind of keep the attention of the audience here first, and then so I'll post the flyer probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the made for TV movie about the Temptations that was a huge, no, just a huge success. And I'm not, I'm looking at it from a perspective that in the opening sequence, when they started introducing themselves to each other, like everybody who was somebody came out of the South. And I said, the second migration must have been something else during that time period. Because everybody in Detroit came from the South.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the jobs were making on the car lines and
all the factory jobs.
All of that. And the same thing, took place when they migrated from Mississippi and Louisiana, Texas. The second migration was amazing.
Yes, it was.
All those cities were. I mean, what wealth, human wealth, came to those cities in the Midwest.
Come on.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Everybody introduced it. I'm from Alabama. I'm from Mississippi. I grew up in Mobile. It's just like, what is going on?
Right.
And it, I just, culturally speaking, I think that had more impact on the growth of this nation than anything I can ever imagine. Nothing else comes close to the second migration. Nothing.
Absolutely. I actually have a map. It's on my other hard drive though, so I can't bring it up there. But I have a map that shows the route of that second migration, of the genesis of it from the different states in the South, and the drop-off points as they migrated up north to Detroit and Chicago and Pittsburgh. And then coming up from Georgia in through Virginia, going up to New York and Connecticut and everything. And
all of that.
Right, how the genesis of the Harlem Renaissance and all of that. I have a map depicting all of that. It is definitely an interesting piece of history and contributed. I mean, not just to, like you said, not just to musical culture, but American culture as a whole.
American culture,
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Huge. It was huge.
Wow.
I can't say enough about it because I just gotten into this whole vibe about the culture of America, and it's funny how it's happening at this point in time. And so I think that when you come to the understanding of what it meant, and now it's like everybody's taking a grasp of it and pulling chunks of it out of the history books. I'm like, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You are literally wasting your time. It means you just grabbing and trying to pull stuff out of it is not going to help your cause at all. It's not, you know.
No.
Right.
And so our impact is just major, and it's just it's ongoing. You know, we just keep doing what we do, and you know, and everything. You know, it's just like a warehouse, or the way they assemble cars in Detroit. We just keep doing what we're doing, you know, and the cars keep running, and we keep doing things that's beyond everybody else's expectations. So, but yeah, I just had to throw that in because I love that, because everybody was willing to introduce where they came from. I'm like, that is so cool, you know. That is so cool.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Mobile ought to be happy celebrating your dad.
That is definitely one of the things that we're trying to bring to light. You know, because everybody's screaming, it belongs in Detroit, you know, and Mobile is what shaped my father.
yeah,
Right.
Mobile is where he discovered his gift. And the city of Mobile has something to be proud of, that one of their own sons came to be a global icon, you know,
Yes.
whose voice still resonates here some 31 years later.
yeah.
Right. So that is definitely an aspect of the campaign that we're highlighting.
Nice. Now, I'm just
I'll
kind of
put this
curious.
in.
I'm just kind of curious. Did you ever have the opportunity to see your father perform ever on the stage? You know, like live, like there.
I did get one opportunity
Oh, did
to
you?
see him live.
Wow.
I couldn't have been any older than 11.
Okay.
I did get one opportunity to see him live, and he flew me into Atlanta,
Okay.
and we were in Atlanta, and I got to ride the tour bus with them to Cleveland, and then from Cleveland to Cincinnati. And then from there, they were going overseas to Monte Carlo. And so that's when he flew me back to my grandmother's house.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that was another full circle moment, because I had just posted a video not too long ago where the Glenn Leonard's Temptations review, we were performing in Cincinnati. And I was asked if I had ever been to that city before, and I quickly answered no. But then I had to sit and reflect, like, wait a minute, no, actually I have.
Yeah.
And it was the last time I saw my father alive.
Wow.
Right? And so now here I am back in this city for the first time since I last saw him alive, carrying his name and his legacy. Right. So that was just another full circle moment. That was
Yeah.
really incredible.
That is incredible. Wow.
But yes, I did get to see him that one time for those 3 shows, and that's the only time I was fortunate enough to actually be there beside the stage watching him do his thing.
Boy, I bet that was interesting to see, especially as a young person too. I mean, wow.
Where did you grow up, Melvin?
California, Southern California.
You grew up in Southern California. Okay.
Yep.
Because that's I'm originally from California as well. I grew up in Compton, and
Okay.
yeah, and
I moved
you-
around a lot, but
I can imagine. Yeah.
it was primarily like, if I had to call any city home, it would be Lancaster, California.
Okay,
That's-
Lancaster. Yeah.
That's where a lot of my childhood. That's where my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, is
Okay.
who I grew up with. My nana,
Gotcha.
and she relocated to Lancaster when I was in the 4th grade, and so that would be the city I would consider home. But I've lived all over Los Angeles County. I've actually lived in 5 separate states, but that's another story for another time. But Yeah, primarily raised in Southern California, the greater
Okay.
Los Angeles area.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I've been here in the metro Atlanta area for going on 40 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
moved from
Yeah.
there right before the pandemic. I was in
Really?
I was in Decatur for a
Okay.
minute,
Decatur.
and then we
Mm-hmm.
moved up to Cartersville,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and we left Cartersville to Calhoun, of all places.
Oh Lord, I was just up there.
Right, and
Oh,
after that, it was like, nah, I'm going back to California.
yeah, that North Georgia area, bro.
Yeah, that Georgia
That's a
Tennessee
whole nother
border.
ball of wax right there.
Yeah, So the city was 90. I don't know if it still is, but at the time I was there, it was 97% Caucasian.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, that's all right. That's
With the
about
other
right.
3% dispersed amongst all the other
All the other
ethnicities.
ones, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Been
Yeah.
you know, flipping in and out of Floyd County.
Right.
All the way up there.
It was
Man,
we lived a
yeah.
mile. There was a
Uh.
cotton field a mile down the street from my house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They did the live Civil War reenactments there, where they would shut the streets down and
Yeah,
it was real.
all of that.
Dang.
It was real, and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, and the thing
I
about
don't
it
care,
is, right
I don't
now,
care how cheap the rent is up here. I'm good.
now look, Gary is in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
We're telling him something he didn't know what was on here in Georgia.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the Civil War reenactments.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and their personal version of it, like they retell the tale where they won.
Oh, wow. That's even.
Yeah, and like the movies come with, like, you buy the DVD, it has the alternate ending,
Mhm.
right? So that's how they reenact the Civil War, with an alternate ending,
Mm.
right?
It's-
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an eye opener. It's an eye opener.
It, very much so, and this is still going on in 2026.
Oh
so
my gosh.
My goodness. Well. Yeah.
I know. It's something to kind of chuckle about every once in a while.
Yeah.
Wow, they really did that, didn't they?
gotta, I mean, you gotta laugh, to stop from wanting
Yeah, stop
to
from
or
the
something,
pain.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Dang.
So what in terms of touring, how often do you guys do it? Is it like a yearly thing, or do you have your cities all planned out when you guys go on tour?
we basically go where the demand is.
Ah, okay, okay.
So
Okay.
if there is interest in us, then and the price is right, then we go.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
Sometimes, or some seasons, I should say, are busier than others. For us, it's our busiest season by far is the holiday season,
Mm.
Right.
because Glenn Leonard is Mr. Silent Night.
It's Mr.
Right.
Silent.
Yeah.
So
It's all right.
right, so you talking, November, December is pretty much slammed, right? But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
in between, so in between that, we'll do a lot of overseas, so a lot of Europe,
Mm-hmm.
UK, Spain, Germany, that sort of thing. I think we have some South America coming up, or on the radar, and we're looking towards the Middle East, but I don't know about that now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
That might be completely off the table.
It's on the table.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd be concerned about that going there.
Right. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I wouldn't be mad at losing that check.
Mhm. I'm telling you. Goodness.
So
Right.
Motown is still a draw.
Well,
I
the
gather.
legacy acts, yes.
The legacy acts, yeah, yeah.
legacy acts, absolutely, because those that grew with them,
Mm-hmm.
now for the most part, you talk to baby boomer generation, a lot of them are retired with disposable income,
Right. Right.
right? And they want to enjoy themselves. They want to reminisce, on their youth, and you know we are fortunate enough to be in a position to help provide some of that nostalgia.
Right.
So yeah, dude, Motown is definitely Motown will always be a draw. Um,
Absolutely.
Too many legends have come from that label. Not just my father, the Temptations, but it is countless. You could probably fill an encyclopedia with the
Indeed.
legends that came
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
just from Motown.
Oh
Motown,
yeah.
man.
So yeah, it will continue to be a draw. I'm blessed to be a part of this particular piece of the draw, but um, if you look at, I mean, look at the Temps now. Like
Right.
they're still the Temps and the Tops are still rocking and rolling. Like they're
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they're doing 3-4 shows a week. And you're talking easy, you know 8, 10, 12,000 seaters,
Wow.
and these are packed houses, right? There's not, everybody come down to the front for cameras so it can seem like it's full. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
there are
Yeah.
people all the way up in the balconies, nosebleeds, like just losing their minds. uh,
Wow.
and now, and for the record, I like to say this every opportunity I get whenever I'm blessed to be interviewed, but now everybody is coming to see Otis.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put that out there. Hey,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is the last one. Oh,
yeah,
this is the
it's the
last
last
remaining
man
member.
standing. So
It
going
is.
back to your reference of the miniseries movie,
Yeah.
uh, that iconic line delivered by Leon, "Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis," which wasn't even in the script, by the way.
Mm.
That was just the brilliance of his acting.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that line did become iconic, and then
Yeah.
people use it in describing who their favorites were in the group or whatnot.
Right.
And it wound up disparaging, in my opinion, the architect of the Temptations. Without
Architect.
Otis, there is no Temptations.
You got
Right.
that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's awesome that he's receiving his flowers now.
Yeah.
Now, yes, everybody is coming to see Otis now.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. No doubt. Good for Otis Williams. That's
Absolutely.
yeah. Absolutely, man. Give that man his props. Because this thing is still going on. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
still
Mhm.
going on.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wow.
Mm.
And shout out to the young brother, Jawan Jackson, who is the current bass for the Temptations.
Okay.
He is doing an extraordinary job of carrying the torch. So
Awesome.
hats
Awesome.
off to that man. He is a
Right.
brilliant talent, and I wish all the success in the world for him.
That definitely.
Mm.
No, it's definitely.
I just came across a little piece I saw on YouTube regarding the Four Tops, and it kind of broke it down how they survived for so long and how they carried themselves through that machine at Motown, and how they. I guess there was some elements of them being like the second fiddle to the Temps as far as their production and their work.
Mhm.
And it was just I just couldn't believe that was something that existed, because the Four Tops alone, when you mentioned them just a second ago, I'm like, absolutely.
Mhm.
They were just as devastating in what they were putting out, just like the Temps.
Mhm.
It's just that they couldn't, a lot of the songwriters just didn't get a lot of the music to them on a proper level. I mean, on a level where it was the timely where the Temps were at that time period. But the
Right.
Tops, the Supremes, and oh my gosh, yeah, all legends. And if it wasn't for Motown, we would be playing British music for a long time.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. You
Right.
know, it really saved them, the American recording industry. That's all I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh no. I mean, if it wasn't for Motown, we would have no Michael Jackson.
No Michael Jackson, none of like, you know,
Absolutely wonder. Like
yeah,
we would have, like, come on, no, it's not just the Temps and the Tops and
Yeah.
Diana
yeah,
Ross, and all,
It-
you know, all, but we're talking like Marvin Gaye, like we're
yes.
Marvin Gaye.
talking
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
like
absolutely.
It definitely.
generational icons. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people's music still being sampled to this day.
To this
Definitely.
day.
It runs
Right.
deep. It
Yeah.
definitely runs deep. My goodness.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just enjoying the fact that you are part of that legacy. You know, you are part of that time, that hourglass of time. You know, you're in your father's. I mean, you're carrying on your father's legacy with that. You know, being part of this, and it's just magic to me. You know, and again, I talk about the culture of music, and it's funny. Just recently, I came across a song on the radio, and I was like, "Who is that? And what is he singing?"
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I kept listening very closely, and Nicholas Payton, jazz trumpeter out of New Orleans, has a song called "BAM," BAM, and it stands for Black American Music,
Mm.
and it is catchy. It is extremely catchy. I just don't
Wow.
think enough radio stations are playing it.
Okay.
You know?
Huh.
And it's like, it's the formula, you know, Black American music is what the foundation of American music is.
Yeah.
Strictly
It is.
Absolutely.
and
is.
primarily, you know.
If you look at any major artist that's pushed, their roots lie in that era, right?
And they're-
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at, let's say for example, like a Justin Timberlake,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Who originated with NSYNC, right? Who was
Mhm.
patterned after the Temptations.
Temptations.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can do this with any number of artists where you can draw those 6 degrees of separation
Right.
where you can
Yes.
right back to Black American music.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that is
from-
true.
Yes,
from,
it is.
What's the lady's name? The lady that did the Lionel Richie song. I can't think of her name.
Is it Hello?
Yeah, she did or she did like a response to that. Song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I cannot think of. She's like the biggest white female artist in America, other than Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot think of her name. It's slipping my mind right now. Please forgive
wow.
me for it. But again, there was a lot of comparison of her with Aretha Franklin
Mm.
as she was coming up. Why can I?
You're talking about
Oh.
Adele?
Adele.
Yes, Adele. I knew it started with an A.
Mm-hmm.
I know it
Yeah.
started with an A. But you know, and again, in any of these artists, they get the blueprint from Black American music,
Yeah.
and then they try to package it and promote it to their own audience, which is genius. I mean, you see something that works and you replicate what works. It would just be nice to receive the credit where the credit is due.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all. But you can't be mad at them. Hey, you know.
Oh, I mean, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're doing what they got to do.
Right. Mad at them. You know, if you
Right.
see excellence, you try to replicate that excellence. You know, it's unfortunate when they try to remove the pioneers from the history
Pioneer.
books,
Yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
make it seem as though they were the originators,
Right.
you know, of it. And that's where it becomes unfortunate, you know, where
Mhm.
they don't want to pay homage to those like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry, you know,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
That
This has
argument.
been
Yeah.
going on, you know, from the beginning. And again, I'm young. I'm just a student of history,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And seeing how this has been perpetuated all the way up into current times.
Current times. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I remain aware of it, so I'm not upset by it when I
Right.
see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, okay, this is what's
And,
always been done.
and
So,
that's the frame of mind I'm in as well, because I'm a boomer, you know,
sure.
Yeah.
and so I crossed over. I'm into my mid 60s now, and it's like I hear it for what it is. I can't blame them for it. I just go like, oh, okay, good for you. Keep it moving.
Right. I'm glad that's working for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
It only, to me, it just pushes that whole narrative forward. You can't. There's nothing you can deny about the creation that we put out there.
right.
It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got any exciting things happening for this year, since we're in a new year, 26?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I am. Let's see. Well, I do, but there's a lot. I'll say this: there's a lot of irons in the fire, and I'm fortunate to be a part of a few different projects that are kind of in the simmer phase
Okay.
right now. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I try. I promise I'm not evading your question.
Oh no.
But
I get it.
I like to
Wait till
produce
it's
first,
Yeah.
and then talk about what I produced.
Absolutely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of like, oh, well, I'm getting ready to do this and that and this and that. And I've learned the hard, especially in this industry, people are really fickle. And, promises are made today that are completely forgotten about next week.
Yeah.
Right. Or pieces will interchange to where the person that was in a position to be able to greenlight something today is no longer in that position next week. Right. And so, it's this industry is fluid.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not static at all. So I kind of want to keep that reserved until things come to fruition.
Yes, sir.
Right. And then I'm like, okay, once the tree is bearing fruit, here, everybody have some fruit.
There you go.
Right?
I get it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Very cool. Very cool. Well, let's see. Vaughn, what else? Do you got anything else?
No, I think that, for what I think it's been a valuable show today, right now. I think that, our regular audience, and I know they're in the chat room and listening to us converse with this superstar. I think that they are getting the works, and I have to admire you, Melvin. It's just, you're taking that step to I use the term griot a whole lot. And I do it because, when I'm being a boomer, we find ourselves teaching young people the standards of what it is to have a certain amount of character about yourself, and
Yes, sir.
being able to check in with knowledge and study history and
Yes,
know where we are and why we're here and what we have accomplished.
Yeah.
I think those things are valuable. And so we all hold that mantle, of being griots, be able to pass down, things our parents taught us and abide by and have, show us character and just be good people, and be able to share, the history of what we know to the younger people coming up. And I think what Gary has here with the Indie Live spot and everything, that's what we do all the time. Anytime we have a show like this where we're talking to, incredible talent like this, we all have a chance to share something that we learned as kids, and we share that with each other. So that whole message goes on and on, regardless of, if it's something silly being said, and we all laugh about it. But that's how we do it. I often put this together like the barbershop. It's like the barbershop.
Yeah.
And so we just sit back and we talk about what's going on in the hood, what's going on in our house, and talk about the music and this and that. It's about sharing history. It's about sharing the culture with each other. And hopefully we get a lot of listeners and people to chime in. And I love the idea of, people being able to click that thumbs up and let us know how y'all feel about what's going on with what we're doing here.
That's right.
And bringing Melvin here has just been a ball. It's just I can't say enough about this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I have a chance to get some free time to get away from my yard and straighten it up and clean it up and cutting down trees and stuff. And I get a chance to come here, man, and do this. Are you kidding me? Yes, we're doing what we need to be doing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny you say it, because I'm getting ready to do that exact thing. I have some yard work.
So that never quits, does it?
It never stops.
It never stops, man.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
well,
it's definitely been a pleasure talking with you today, Melvin. We appreciate you coming and taking out the time to chat with us.
Pleasure is all mine. I greatly appreciate people like you and platforms like this that do their very best to continue to keep this legacy alive. Right? You are the reason why my father is who he is. It is people like you who honor and cherish the work and the dedication and commitment that he put into his craft and continue to do so all these years later that allow me to even sit in the position that I'm sitting in.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
No,
and could
no
you
problem, man.
And could you please tell us a little bit again about what we talked about a little bit earlier about is it the foundation that you're doing for your father? It was something that you were doing.
Yes. So please visit melvinfranklinlegacy.com. melvinfranklinlegacy.com. That will give you all of the information on the mural that we are raising funds for to be displayed in the city of Mobile on one of their historic landmarks. Actually, it was, I know I'm going to get the name wrong, but it was one of the longshoremen's buildings, and it was the only place that Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. spoke at when he visited Mobile. And so we were fortunate enough to get with the city and them allow us to utilize that landmark for this mural. So with
awesome.
www.melvinfranklinlegacy.com, we can get all the information. You can see the feature on Fox News concerning this, right? So we've gone mainstream with this, praise the Lord. And you'll be able to donate directly there on the site. The GoFundMe link is there on the site, as well as just learning some history about my father. So it's melvinfranklinlegacy.com. And if anybody wants to keep up with me, Melvin Franklin Jr., across all platforms.
All right.
Got it.
Good.
Okay.
Very good. Well, thanks again, man, stopping by and hanging out with us. And we just wish you continued success with the review. And yeah, man, great job. Great, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Also, lastly, I want to give a shout out to Paul Williams Jr. He has a Temptations review as well.
Wow. Okay.
And they are phenomenal. So if you have an opportunity to check them out, I highly recommend them. Glenn's son is he sings tenor in that group. So Glenn is singing tenor with Paul Williams Jr. And they also have C.J. Jefferson, who's Dennis Edwards' godson.
Wow.
And
Okay.
sometimes it's there's some things percolating
Yeah.
over there in the arena. So I
Okay.
definitely check them out.
Fantastic.
And then last but definitely not least, if you can, and I'm speaking directly to your audience now, if you can, to take a brief moment to say a prayer for David Ruffin Jr., who just lost his mother.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
so he's, you know, he's kind of going through it right now, and he can use all the prayers that he can receive. So if you can find it in your hearts,
Yeah.
find a brief moment just to say a brief prayer for David as he goes through this most trying of times.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, thank you again, and we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. And
Thank you so much for having me.
oh yeah, definitely
it's-
pleasure. Please,
It's our pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we definitely welcome you back anytime. So
I greatly appreciate that. When I if ever I have time to finish writing this book, I will definitely reach out to you guys.
oh, cool. Cool. All right.
Deal. Good deal.
Okay. Well, with that said, Vaughn, do you have any messages or anything you want to get out before we get out?
I just want to say thanks to all of you who have chimed in today here at the Indie Live Spot. And just know that we're here all the time. And on Saturday afternoons, whenever we got a artist that we interview and talk to, believe that this is our passion. This is what we do, and we just can't get enough of it because what we're doing is preserving history.
Yep. They
And
can't
Amen.
take it.
that's our element right there.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen. Like, share, subscribe, y'all.
Yes, sir.
There you
Like,
go.
share, subscribe, and tag me in it if you share it. All right.
There you go.
There you
All
go.
right. All right. All
right,
right.
And I
gentlemen,
haven't done this in a
appreciate you.
while. So I will say this. In the words of one Mr. the great and never late, Damon Williams, Odabo Jack.
All right. All right, everybody. We'll
All
see
right,
you
gentlemen.
next week.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
So everything was everything, G.
Everything's everything.
That's right. That's right. WD, WPD. It's what players do.